what? Now you're a Star Trek fan. We all know that.
Yeah,
so,
Star Trek.
Star Trek for Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Trek's better though.
Name name 10 things they have in common.
Space.
1.
That's very important.
That was a very broad one. So
Yeah. Planets.
planets.
Stars.
Hold on. I think stars. You're just naming different parts of space at this point.
Okay. Aliens.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that's a similarity right there.
Okay, so there's 2.
They both have characters?
Wait a minute. There's a movie with characters?
Yeah, you gotta have them characters to have movies and TV shows.
All right, I'll count that as number 3. If and only if you can name one other movie that didn't have characters in it.
A movie that didn't have characters.
Any one movie.
I think Trevor's having a mental breakdown in the background.
This happened years ago. All right. One movie, no characters.
One movie without a character.
You have 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
4.
To search the entire human library of
3.
movies. Citizen Kane.
2.
They had like 8 characters at least.
Yeah, so we're not going to count characters as a similarity because that's a
Well,
similarity.
here's the
in every
thing:
movie.
they're very different, so they're not supposed to have similarities.
Well, that's the whole point. We're gonna show the things they have in common.
They have star in the name. That's very important.
Okay,
Because
there you go.
That's why people say they're the same, even though they're really not at all the same.
In Star Trek, did anyone's father come back and try to kill them?
Probably. I mean, there's like 1,000 episodes, so I'm sure that happened once.
I don't know. So I saw Force Awakens.
Oh,
All
you
right?
did?
Yes.
Oh, so you saw that one and you didn't even let us know.
Yeah, well, maybe I just saw it since we talked about it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we
Yeah,
were
that
counting
could've
things.
happened.
So that happened. But so Force Awakens was all right. Wasn't a huge fan of it. In fact, and I think I might stand alone here. I greatly preferred Episode 1.
Yeah, you're alone.
Yeah, I know a lot. See, I'm a big fan of Jar Jar Binks. In fact.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to kick you out of the show. You're fired, Joe. This is your first day on the job. You're fired.
not like this.
Jar Jar is one of those characters that would have been fine if he was there for like a couple minutes, but he was there for like the whole movie.
All right, so Rogue One, worth watching on its own.
Yeah, I'd say so.
All right.
It's not the best, but it's not the worst either.
So, being such a devout Star Trek fan,
Yeah.
isn't
Isn't what?
giving heed to the credibility of Star Wars a little sacrilegious?
No, because they're both good. It's just that Star Trek is better.
Interesting.
You can have two things that are good, but one thing can be better.
Is it feasible
Yeah.
for them to both exist in the same universe?
No, because one of them doesn't make any sense, and one of them kind of makes sense.
Explain.
Star Trek is science fiction, Star Wars is science fantasy. In other words, one is based in reality, the other is based in fantasy.
Wormhole aliens.
I need to know which one's based in reality.
Star Trek's based in reality. It's got lots of sciencey things, even if they're not 100% correct, they're still sciencey things. Do you even understand what I'm saying?
No, I do understand what you're saying, but what in Star Wars? I mean, so with technology, couldn't things like the Force exist?
Yes and
Atom
no.
control, things like that.
Atom control? What are you talking about?
Isn't that what the Force is? Isn't it controlling of...
Technically, you moving is atom control if you want if you want to do that.
Sure, exactly. So maybe with proper science, we could actually achieve some of the things that we've done on Star Wars.
Well, there have been many episodes of Star Trek in which characters have gotten telekinesis. So, yeah, sure.
So what makes Star Trek so much more feasible than Star Wars?
Well, here's the thing, right? Star Wars, they're like, hey, I'm going to go to this solar system across the galaxy. It takes them like 5 minutes, when in fact, if you went the maximum possible speed allowed by physics, it would take you like 1,000,000 years. Like an actual 1,000,000 years. So, yeah. That's just one example.
All right, fair enough.
Also, lasers do not work the way they... Like, okay, lasers move the speed of light because lasers are light, right? But in Star Wars, they're like, oh, fire the lasers, and they're like plasma beams, but they call them lasers. So clearly something is wrong here.
That sounds more like a scripting issue than a feasibility issue.
That's a logic issue, because lasers, you can't do that. You can't do that lasers thing, you know?
All right, so Samus,
Yeah.
would she fit better into the Star Trek universe or the Star Wars universe?
Probably Star Trek. Yeah, because... yeah, probably Star Trek. In the Star Wars universe, I don't know, she'd be like another Boba Fett, except she'd be better. Because she is. You know what I'm saying?
Did you just say... But you said Star Trek, didn't you?
Yeah, I
But
said
Bob-
Star Trek, and then I gave an example as to why it wouldn't be a good idea for her to be in Star Wars.
But wouldn't... So if she's like a better version of Boba Fett, why wouldn't that work in Star Wars?
Because Star Wars already has a Boba Fett. That's why.
But Boba Fett could be improved, is what you're saying.
Yes. Also, I didn't even practice for like going to this area in the game. I'm just like wandering around while we talk, because you've insisted on talking about this random subject forever. So I don't even know what I'm doing.
Well, we can go back to aluminum if you'd like, and how it's definitely not pronounced aluminium.
Actually, you said it wrong. It's aluminium, not aluminium. See, there's that subtle difference. English is very important. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think
English is very important.
It's the most important language.
the thousands of YouTube viewers that are going to see this are going to say otherwise.
Oh, really? Well,
Yes.
they can just fight me, so...
All right, so we're gonna have this is gonna be one of those posts where it's just gonna be full of fighting right in the comments.
Yeah,
About how
okay.
this word is pronounced.
Oh, here's that thing. Yeah, I was just looking for this thing right here.
Ice? You're just looking for ice?
No, that glowy thing. So, do you like glowy things? Because we found one.
I do like glowy things.
Yeah, there we go. Missile expansion. Now we got 90. You like the number 190? I think that's a good number.
I think I prefer 189 actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a little more to it. You know, a couple more lines in there in the number.
Yeah? Yeah, that's a good reason.
Yeah.
Any reason is a good reason.
I think 190, you know, when you have 189, if you ask for 190, you're pushing it a little bit, you're getting a little greedy, I think.
Yeah,
you
maybe.
should just find some contentment. Just stay at 189.
189.
Are you a big fan of 190?
Yeah, you know, it's more round. I like that roundness. Who doesn't like the roundness?
Are we still talking about numbers?
Maybe.
Okay. All right.
We don't know at this point. The words we're saying may not even be words.
Now that is trippy.
Are you also on drugs? Because this conversation feels like it's on drugs right now.
If we were listening to ourselves have this conversation, would we still be listening?
No, you probably would have shut off the video by now, wouldn't you have?
I don't know.
Well, we'll have to see when we put this video up.
Guys, you're at 20 minutes.
I know.
Yeah, we're at 20 minutes. It's a two-parter. Congratulations, you're the first one to be a guest and also a two-parter guest.
I would like to leave this in one piece, if that's at all possible.
One Piece is the name of an anime. I don't know if you knew this.
That's wonderful, but
It's also really long. I don't know what they were thinking. Like, they should just... I haven't even seen every episode, but you know what? They should just end it. Even if it's really good, I mean, you just gotta end it at some point.
I agree that it's got to end at some point.
It's got like 900 episodes. Isn't that a bit too much? They didn't even split them up very nicely.
So,
I agree. This has to end at some point.
I think Trevor's getting tired of hearing us.
No, I just feel like you have to end the episode. Do a clap real quick.
We'll be fine. I just, gotta get this one more power up, dude. One more power up. Yeah, there's a power up over here, and it's very important that we get this.
So, What have we learned here today?
We learned about aluminium and lead, also
Aluminum.
Star Trek and Star Wars.
That the main character of this game is not, take note, not named Metroid.
Yeah, I mean, common misconception.
Yeah, it's Samus.
Yeah, Nintendo makes one game called Super Mario, and people are like, oh, all their games must be, named like that.
Well,
You know?
I'd like to point attention to Zelda.
Yeah, and the main character's name is Lonk.
Yes. So for the longest time, I didn't realize his name was Lonk, and I thought his name was Zelda. So I was telling people, "Hey, Zelda, look at I'm riding around on a horse."
Yeah, that happened to everyone.
It turns out,
And if
whole time it was
you
Lonk.
in the comments say it didn't happen to you, you're probably lying, because that happens to everyone when they're a child. Because children don't know anything. You like how this episode's going? See, I was just going to a save point so we could properly end the episode. I know you guys are desperately wanting to end this. So thank you everybody for watching these two videos. The correct pronunciation is aluminum and not aluminium. I was just joking. See you all next time.